Yeah, how you doing again, people? So, I hear a lot of people say that living in Vietnam, Da Nang, Vietnam is cheap. And my take to that is this. Whenever you have money, everywhere is literally cheap. If you're like, Bezos, Buffett or Zuckerberg, a billionaire, everywhere in the world is cheap. And can you imagine? Those guys have money, but they don't even want to spend their money. That is, that's interesting. But that's not what I'm talking about. When you have money, everywhere is cheap. But when you don't have money, everywhere is expensive. And if you come in here and you don't even have basic $1,000 a month, you're going to have a hard time. And you're going to find out that things are expensive when you're broke. Because to live, I would say, minimum wage or below average here in Da Nang, Vietnam, $1,000, you can, as a single person living by yourself, if you're not one of those people who want the high-end luxury condo apartment, and you can live a cowgirl lifestyle where it doesn't matter as long as you have a place to rest your head, you can live fairly well, because there's a place here for like $200 a month. $300 a month, right? And that's rent, right? So, and then your food is very cheap, because food here is very, very cheap. So even if you're making $1,000 a month, you can live fairly well, providing that you're not looking for the like I said, the high flying lifestyle. If you're just a person, an individual who just all you need is a place to rest your head and food to eat, and it doesn't matter if it's steak or it's banh mi or food like what they have here in Vietnam, you can live decent off of $12 a month. So when you're broke, everything is expensive, and when you have money, everything is doable. So let's just keep that in mind when you come over here to this side of the world, because a lot of people have this misconception of thinking that you can come here and live off of barely anything. You have to reevaluate that, because at the end of the day, things are very, very cheap, but you have to have the income to support that. And for me, coming here too, understand that, came here with some money, but I'm still looking at, growing my business and, doing like videos on YouTube, just giving people the rundown of what life is in Da Nang. Life in Da Nang can be very, very comfortable. As you can see, it's a beach town. You don't have to worry about the beach. The weather here is very, very good as far as I'm concerned. Since we got here, about over 2 weeks ago, which they say is rainy season. We came here in about the end of around New Year's Eve. We got here, and the weather has been nothing but exceptional. Like, the weather here has been really, 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 really nice. We're getting like 25, 26, and lately it's been getting to 26, 28 during the daytime. Right now it's really, really warm. Like, as you can see my face, I'm sweating, right? And this is the morning. It's not even 8 o'clock yet, right? So be sure that when you come in here, at least if you are a single person and you don't mind just, roughing it, and it won't have to be, because you can even live paying like $500 to $600 a month, in a nice, fairly good, nice apartment, and like I said, if you don't, even if you eat a lot, still you can spend, I would say, $20 a day. And that can cover you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that's not even a joke, and that's not even stretching it. Your money can go further when you're living in the tourist areas, because in not the tourist areas, the locals, where the locals live, because, the local areas, the restaurants, they're a lot cheaper, and things are a lot more cheaper, or more affordable, I should say, in those areas. So always make sure that you have a certain amount of income coming in, preferably online, because you don't want to come here and look for a job. That's just going to be a joke, right? So as long as you have $1,000 or you're a single person and you want to come out here and live here for a bit, $1,000 a month can pretty much carry you, and you can really, really experience Vietnam. Like I said, everything here from a costly perspective is very affordable, provided that you have that money, because if you decide to go lift, it's affordable, right? And even if you say you want to rent a scooter, right, because you don't need a license to rent the electric scooters or bikes, right? Those are like, you know, compared to from 50 to $100 a month. So, you know, as long as you're a person that's budget conscious and you can budget your money in a way that's effective, you can be just fine living out here. If you're making more than that, you know, if you're making $2,000, you're living like I would say, you will be living the life of what they call the middle class here in Vietnam. So if you're making $2,000 a month, you know, online, that's like living a middle class lifestyle here, because you can live, you know, like I said, providing you're a single person, you don't have a family, you can do very, very well. You know, a family, that's up for debate. Depends on how much kids and how big is your family, and then you have to do the math and see, you know, how that will work for you. But, you know, if you're single, you're starting out, and you're not really fussy, just want a roof over your head and food to eat, $1,000 a month can do you well in Vietnam. If you want a little bit more, you know, $2,000 a month, you can get a very nice condo apartment for $700 to $800. You can get them under $1,000, and you're not run down or old or, you know, ramsack looking. It's still decent, and, you know, you can live a really quality, comfortable life, right? And as you see, they're still building this place up, right? You know, so Da Nang is becoming like it's a developing country, a developing city where it's starting to grow. And, you know, for me, I prefer this. I've never been to Thailand, but I think at this point, and I might be wrong, but I think Thailand is overrated. As far as I hear, the visa situation there is getting really jacked up, and I think that the cost of living is going up there, is becoming very costly, and it's overcrowded because a lot of people are trying to escape the U.S. and they're running to Thailand, and pretty soon, here's what I'm hearing, the tide is shifting and they're coming over to Vietnam because they realize that Thailand is getting expensive or getting costly, so they're coming over here, because everybody at the end of the day, we want our money to go further, and whichever way that we can find to make that possible, we're going to do that. All right, so yes, I'm here and I'm still taking it all in and just really experiencing life, and at the same time just really, you know, building my you know, online income. Not so much depending on YouTube, just want to share information. And like I said, if a lot of people come on to my channel and, you know, add value in what I'm saying, then come on over, like, comment, and subscribe. But until then, folks, I want to say thank you for riding with me, and I'll see you on the next video. Catch you then.